I actually think that you look pretty good from the neck up, you know? If you just you just need to put a blanket over your body and then no one knows that you gave up on your life.
Hello, and welcome to Paul's podcast. Should I narrate?
Narrate on the cue. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pop-Up with Paul and Friends. You know, I call this show With Friends, and this is the first time we're actually doing an intro to an episode with a friend in the intro. Shu, thanks for being here.
That's quite all right, Paul.
He talks just like this in person. I swear he's not just doing a podcast voice. Shu, you don't really know what this episode is. You're not really sure what's going on. What do you think this episode's about?
No, I don't quite know what it's about, but I'm sure it's utterly riveting.
It's riveting. It's a great episode. Your voice sounds really good on the pod. Also, you're not putting on that accent. You are from the UK.
No. Oh, I don't know.
You are, I think. I'm pretty sure you are. Can you do an American accent? I bet you can't.
Yeah, I can.
You can?
Well, what do you want me to say?
Oh, no, that's how you really sound. What happened to your podcast voice?
Oh, sorry about that. Yes.
We should have you narrate this whole show. Before we get into the episode, Shu is hanging out with us for the intro, but also I want to thank you guys for subscribing, for listening, for reviewing. We've had so many fun episodes. It's good to be back releasing a full episode after a couple weeks I did some travel episodes, just quick updates, and now I'm back to do a full length here. This is a really fun episode too, man. I mean, why don't you hype it up? You didn't see the episode. You've heard parts of it as I've been working on it. So fucked it. Why?
I'm just laughing.
You should laugh. This is fun. I like having you in the intro without any context. Also, you have no idea what this episode really is.
No context.
But I'll tell the audience, and then you can maybe give your 2 cents on what you think. But my next episode here was with really funny. This is what Chelsea Handler called her. Very funny Anna Roisman, a good friend of mine, who's a comedian, host, actor, all things in between. We had so much fun here. Shu, what do you want to say before we get into the episode?
I just want to say, welcome.
You sound good, dude.
Welcome, Paul.
Do you even know the name of my podcast?
Welcome, everyone, to Paul's podcast.
That's it.
On this week's ep, he's got the people he just said.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great. He makes jokes, he
Yep.
wears glasses,
Yep.
and he's got good hair.
Thanks, man. I got to keep you here for all these intros.
Yes.
Thanks for hanging out with us for the beginning, Shu. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you subscribe. Check us back next week. We're here every week. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only Anna Roisman.
Anna Roisman.
That was perfect.
We feel so far, but I love it. Am I okay
What do
on
you
this
think?
mic?
You're great, yeah. I mean, it's funny. I was setting this up, and I was like, I want, like, some people do high desks where you're closer.
Yeah.
But I wanted to, like, chill, hang out.
I like it.
And we smoke in here sometimes. We drink. Like, I just wanted it to be chill. But I realized, like, the dynamic I'm setting up subconsciously is, like, I'm your therapist.
It feels a little
And
like therapy.
So tell
yeah.
me about your childhood trauma.
Let me lay down. Easy, shall I?
Yeah. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad we're in the same city together, hanging out. I feel like I've known you forever from New York. Now we're here. You're killing it. I love what you do and the comedy of you because I feel like no matter what you post and what you put out, it makes me laugh. And
Really?
Yeah.
That's
and
such that's such an honor.
it's
Thank
true.
you.
And also you're somebody I'm inspired by because you're always doing fun things. Like I feel like you and your boyfriend sit in your apartment like at 2 a.m. and you go, we got to make this sketch right now. Like this is like we're not sleeping. It seems
I'm
that
glad
way.
that it appears that way to you because it's more like I'm like, hey, can you stop working your real job for a second? I just need you for like 5 minutes. And he's like, is it 5 minutes? And I'm like, it could be. And it's not. It's never 5 minutes.
It takes a while to make stuff funny and make it look good, right?
It does. Yeah. I try and do as much on my own and not bother him. I love how I'm like, are we on? Did we start?
I think we started.
Okay,
I mean,
great.
I don't really, I
You don't
started doing
intro.
this. I'm not doing intros.
Wow. It was like a cold open, and I was like, hot mic. I love it.
I can tell. You know why? Because I think I've been hosting so long. I'm trying to like deconstruct the glossiness
Okay, I
of
love
my
that.
job. When this is still technically my job, I just am like more drunk in this one.
That's great.
I'm not
Are
drunk
you
now.
wasted right now?
No, I should get wasted while you just sit there sober. Do you
I'll drink with you. Yeah, of course.
What do you like to drink?
I drink a lot of different things.
I mean, I will get you a drink if you really want one. Do you want one today? I mean, you in the mood?
I mean, only if you're gonna drink.
I'll definitely booze with you because I have to go home to a baby after this. So like anytime I can go home to fatherhood with a little buzz, I feel like it helps. Like I feel like I'm like the alcoholic who like hides like the booze from the spouse. Like I come home and change diaper after having mints.
Yeah, that's my dad, but he was stoned.
Really?
Yeah, my whole life.
Tell me about your roots because you're from New York originally, right?
Philadelphia.
Philly. I'm sorry, I say Philly.
I just said that 14 times. I'm from
I should know my
Philadelphia.
prep better than that. I knew that because
Not New Jersey. Is that my camera? Not New Jersey.
Chill.
Born and raised just outside of the city. My parents live downtown Philly now. And I went to school in Boston for college. And then I moved to New York. And then I moved to LA. And then I moved to New York. And now I'm in LA. I'm both,
the classic struggle.
Yeah.
So wait, your dad? That's
Struggle
interesting.
or journey, you know?
I should look at it that way. I'm an optimist, but sometimes I say it's both. It's a struggle and a journey.
Yeah.
It's just journey.
It's just a journey.
It's just a journey. Nope, not even good. I think my jokes have gotten more dad-like.
Well, you are a dad of two. I would hope so, you know?
I
If you
know.
got extra cool and not dad-like, we'd be concerned, you know? We'd be
Yeah.
like, wait, Paul's a dad?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to talk.
Do you want like some scotch or some whiskey to
Maybe.
really dad it up?
I
Right
might
now?
do that. Well, I'm intrigued about your dad dadding it up in Philly because like sneaking weed is not really. That's more like a California stereotype to me than a Philly guy.
I think he just enjoyed drugs. You know, I don't think the law really mattered in
It
that
didn't
moment.
matter. It didn't matter where he was geographically.
I should say he's sober now, but
he?
yeah, he's sober now
Cool.
for many years. I think like 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
But, you know, those were the years after I left the house.
He waited.
He waited.
The kids are out. Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I'm the oldest of three.
That says
I have
a
a
lot.
brother and a sister. Yeah, I am the oldest. It's a very obvious thing. When people meet me, they're like, oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah, well, you're the favorite. I'm second born, so I have like issues with you and my family.
Between,
I'm kidding. I love my brother, but he was the favorite.
he's the oldest?
Yeah.
And then you, and then
3
your
girls.
sister.
Which is why I'm a girl dad. I'm surrounded by women now. Like I don't feel uncomfortable with that because I was around girls my whole upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
But what are yours?
I have a brother who's like a little less than 2 years younger than me,
Mm-hmm.
and then my sister's like 5 years younger.
What does everyone think about comedy? Like there's something about family and also like kind of old school tropes of Jewish, Italian, like you're going into comedy, you think you're funny?
Yeah.
Do you get that from them?
You know, they're all so funny, and all my comedy's about them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they're not surprised at all. Like I've been making fun of them my whole life. None of them are in entertainment.
Yeah.
Nobody.
You-
So I'm like the black sheep they're like, one day she's going to buy us all houses.
that's it. Yeah, the end game. I have a friend who says that to me actually, buy me a car.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe one day.
Is your family like that with you? Or are they like, because they're Italian and...
No, a little bit. My dad's a musician though, so I feel like the arts
He's a
that
performer.
was there a little bit. I was more musical growing up until I chose to do this stuff. So I think it's like they get it. But my parents had just come to a stand-up show in New York for the first time, and I like sweat a little because I was like.
Your jokes change when parents are in the
Yeah,
audience, for sure.
yeah.
My jokes change too.
But what's good about your comedy is about your family. Like that's the best stuff. I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, one day, you know, they're going to come at me, I'm sure. I'm writing a one-woman show right now that's
Nice.
fully about them. So, and there's some stuff I'm like, whew, my mom is going to not be okay with this story, but I'm going to tell it anyway.
Well, I mean, for the sake of the art, Mom. I've seen your mom in some of your stuff though. She's funny.
She's
I feel
very
like I know
funny.
your mom.
My mom is a very funny lady. She thinks she's like 25 forever.
Mm-hmm.
We wear the same clothing. You know, she's hilarious, but doesn't get up on stage. She's not like a performer
Mm-hmm.
or anything. You know what I mean?
What was the first time you performed?
Oh my God. When I was a kid, I was a musical theater kid.
Nice.
I was hardcore. I was like, you know, Broadway's calling, and
Yeah.
I'm here for them. Like, I didn't want to go to college. I didn't want to do I wanted to be a child star. I begged them. I would do shows in my house every Sunday night, make my siblings be my backup dancers because they were younger. And I was like, listen, you have a job to do. Be my backup
course, they're in
dancer.
the background. Yeah,
I had
yeah.
a fish named Mariah Carey. I was like, from the start, I knew exactly
You were
what I
in.
needed to do.
And then when was the first time like you went out? Was it UCB New York when you were like really performing
Well,
in
I
front
mean,
of strangers?
I did theater, so that was performing in front of strangers. I did
True.
like, you know, like regional theater, and I did like shows in my hometown and school and stuff. But yeah, I guess when I moved to New York, I interned in New York City my junior year of college, and I worked at a casting office, which was
Nice.
a fucking nightmare. And I learned immediately because I was a TV production major,
Mm-hmm.
so I had to get an internship in casting, and this is back in the day when like, you know, internships didn't pay. And so I worked in a restaurant also, and I worked for this casting office, and it was like the Devil Wears Prada summer. Like hated me. She hated me. And I got the job because my friend Greg had it the summer before, and Greg's like, she's the best. And she loved Greg. Every day she'd tell me how much she loved Greg, and I would do something wrong every fucking day. But on the weekends, I'd go to UCB and I'd see these shows. And I was like, oh my God, these guys are so funny. Like, that's so fun. And so when I moved to New York after, I was like, I guess I should like go to that school. Like, they seem like they're having fun up there. That was it.
That's amazing. Why is it there's a certain like personality that comes with some showbiz roles that hasn't gone away? I do feel like our culture is like getting mad at people for being mean now. Like you could lose your job for being mean if it's the right story, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's fully. The Devil Wears Prada is a real thing.
Oh my God, that was awful. You want to know why she hated me the most? This is the dumbest thing ever. She had a dog with a wheelchair.
What?
Exactly. Okay. She had a dog with wheels. Okay.
I don't know if I'm allowed to laugh. Like
exactly. Okay. So she had and he was so cute. He was a dachshund, a long one. And he had wheels because his hind legs didn't work. I had never seen this in my life. And I thought, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And this is in the BlackBerry days. And I take out my BlackBerry and I take a picture and I'm sending it to my mom. Okay. We didn't have Instagram yet. It wasn't going on like my Facebook wall. I'm not like trying to like expose this dog.
Sure.
And I just wanted to show my mom. And I take a picture of this dog and she sees me. And she goes, you think it's funny my dog can't walk? And I'm 19, 18. I don't even think I was 18. It was junior year of college. What are you, 17? No, I'm like 18, 19.
Yeah.
20. Now I'm like 21, whatever. I was 20. And I just like, my heart dropped and I was like, no, he's so sweet. I'd never seen this before. I just wanted to show my mom. And I like, whatever I said didn't matter, like she just saw me taking a photo. Like I was the paparazzi and she lost her fucking mind. And that was the end of like the internship. And that was like week 1. And
wow.
I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Dude, that's just a person trying to looking at the wrong lens though. Like you were innocent, you meant well. Some people just look like that.
I didn't know. I just, if you saw that, you probably would take a photo.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. Maybe the people are pretty ridiculous with dogs in New York, though. There's a lot of things. Like, I'm not fully convinced that woman's dog needed the wheelchair. I think she maybe was looking for... She was like a pre-Karen, like looking for a problem.
Yeah, right?
She wanted
She's
to hate
weeding
you.
out the monsters around her.
She was like, you weren't a monster. You just thought it was cute.
I did think it was cute. And it's so funny because now I could see you getting mad if you're like, what are you going to post that on Instagram or something? You're like, but no, I had nowhere to post it.
Yeah,
it was just for me and my own pleasure.
This story would be way worse if it was a person. So I think you're okay.
Thank you.
That it's a dog.
Thank you. I'm canceling myself on your podcast right now.
That's what the point of this is. We're trying to document for us. The goal for this show is you and I do a lot better as we continue to grow in our careers. And then clips we're recording now get us in trouble in 5 years. That's
no.
I want you to get SNL and then I want them to watch this. I want them to be like, whoa, shoot. She is disabled pets.
No, I'm not. One time on HQ, I said, I have to get my flu shot today. Oh, I don't like needles. I get so scared. I want to cry. That turned into Anna's an anti-vaxxer.
Really?
Hundreds of thousands of people. Pre-COVID. And I was like, no, I wasn't. And I literally had to tweet like, I support the flu shot. I'm just scared of needles. Like, I'm getting it. It has nothing to do with, I believe vaccines are legit. I was like, Jesus.
We're in a world now where, like, any comment is considered a stance on something. It is kind of wild. And we are jumping into the deep end for what we want to do and what we continue to do, is put things out there. Truly, anything can be misunderstood, right?
Absolutely. I mean, half of TikTok thinks I am Hilaria Baldwin, and the hate I get, I can't imagine the hate she gets.
Really,
being her. Yeah.
You're so good at her, by the way. I also appreciate your impressions because you pick people and you're very unique with your impressions.
Thank you.
And then I feel like you do them in every scenario. Like I've seen you as Hilaria Baldwin across.
I've
everything.
leaned in. Yeah, I've leaned in.
Is that your favorite one to do?
No, it's not.
Who's your favorite?
Joan Rivers.
Oh, I love your Joan.
But she doesn't do well. I don't know if it's just a timing thing, but she's kind of obscure. Like you said, I pick people who I'm like, I really love, and they might not be relevant. And she's not necessarily relevant these days, but I have fun doing her during award season.
Do you like being put on the spot with your impressions? Can I hear a little Joan?
For you, I would do any impression.
Really?
Yeah, of course. You're my old friend.
We're going to booze in a minute.
Great.
Does Joan Rivers need a drink? No. Let me see. How about you rip on my casual dad outfit as Joan Rivers?
Okay.
Oh, Paul, I haven't seen you in 100 years, and you look like the schlub I always remember. Look at you. Look at these socks. These socks say, hello, I've had 2 children, and I want to kill myself. I actually think that you look pretty good from the neck up, you know? If you just need to put a blanket over your body, and then no one knows that you gave up on your life.
This is what I love. This is what I love about your impressions. You're not just sounding like her. You're comedically becoming her. There's a difference.
I don't usually do her without my wig and my
That was
glasses
great.
and my anything. You know, Hilaria, I look like naturally. So people are like, do Hilaria. And I'm like, I just have to flip my hair. And they're like, wow, you're just like her. I'm like, okay, well, we're both like brunettes. But
The best was
Thank
when
you.
I think this video did really well for you when that whole controversy with her speaking Spanish. What was it?
yeah, that was recent where she told off the paparazzi. I wasn't going to do it because I struggle with this because it's a terrible situation. I feel awful for that family right now, what they're going through. I can't imagine
With Alec
what it's
Baldwin.
like.
Yeah.
What it's like after that kind of a tragedy. Like I never have talked about it in any videos I've done as her.
Right. Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't even in this one. But it felt sad to watch that video. I don't know if you watched her video, but
No, I
she
want to
was
watch yours though right now. So keep talking about it.
she was telling the paparazzi, you know, leave us alone. They're always there. They're bothering my kids. Like, especially this week because Alec Baldwin, I think wasn't he like charged 2 accounts?
Yeah, it
or
just
something?
happened. Yeah.
And
All right, I
so, but the accent in the video is so strong. And like, you know how some people who have an accent, like it comes out more when they're drunk
Sure.
or clearly when she's angry, it like fires out of her.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't know. Everyone was like tagging me, and I was like, I don't know if I can do that. I don't want to touch the murder. I feel terrible that,
Sure.
you know, the tragedy. I don't know if I can call it a murder, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I just was like, all right, I'll do it about getting a bagel. Like I did it like so just
Took a different thing. Yeah, sure.
whatever it is, something so stupid and like that you wouldn't even remember what I did. But yeah, it did well because people think I'm her. So
Well, that's why I love about these, and also you're tasteful in a way. Like you're not mean spirited in your comedy, but impressions. I still believe it's a form of flattery. Like, do you know if the Baldwins has she like seen? She has to have seen you. You've gone viral. With
I
these.
can't imagine she hasn't, but she did follow me a couple weeks ago.
What?
Which I have, she can't see my stuff. Let's just say I've been reported multiple times. If anything, I don't think the Baldwins like impressions, which is hilarious because you're like,
You're
wait,
public figures.
Alec Baldwin, who played Trump for how many years on
Right.
television? Yeah,
Right.
he blocked me on Twitter.
Because of the impressions? Yeah. Wow.
He blocked
Maybe he was
me.
just in a fight with his wife. It's like, I only can do
can't-
it this once.
Yeah, I can't
Get
have
out of my
another one.
feed.
No, he blocked me on Twitter because people like tag them. And I'm like, why are you tagging them? And then on Instagram, I don't know if you remember, he was begging for followers for his wife for her birthday. He made 4 videos begging people to follow his wife so she can get to 1 million followers for her
Jeez.
birthday. And everyone else was like, you know, there's a lot of shit going on in the world. Why don't you guys beg for like money for a charity or something?
right.
It was so strange. And so, I think during that time, my brain is like, there's no way she would have followed me organically on her own.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he took her phone and anyone who has like a check mark, he was probably like, follow. Because it happened. And I was like, oh my God, do I block her? Like, I don't want her
You
to.
got to DM her being her. You got to just be
mean-
like, hi, it's me. It's you. Who knows?
I met
Maybe-
her once
Oh, you did?
on the
Well,
street.
How was that?
It was brief. They had like 3 or 4 kids at the time and some nannies. And there's a photo of me and Alec Baldwin because I was with my friend
my
who like
gosh.
produced a show that she did or something.
Wow.
And so he was like, Hilaria. It was very
That is
funny.
Crazy.
So, like you said, you know, I picked very specific impressions to do.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working on a Cyndi Lauper. I fucking
Wow.
love Cyndi Lauper, and she's kind of random, though she is nominated. Like she is being, she's getting. What is she? She's being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of
Is
Fame
she?
this
Okay.
year. So I was like, wow, she's relevant.
Yeah. Here she is.
Here she is. No. Okay, let me try it. What do I want to do? Hey, Paul, it's me, Cyndi Lauper. When I see a true color shining through. She's
That's
aged.
really good.
Thank you.
You sound like her.
It's
Wow.
her. It's her now.
Yeah, she sounds like that.
It's not girls just want to have fun, Cyndi Lauper.
Right.
It's like, you know, older ladies want to
been
have
through,
fun.
yeah. Women post-menopause want to have fun.
Yeah.
Right?
He unleashed me. He's like, will you do an impression on the spot? And I was like, can I try my new ones?
Yeah, you sound great. I've interviewed her before, and she's really spunky and funny.
You think she'd
Cindy
like it
Lauper.
if I started doing
She would
it?
love it. I think you pick the best people. I think you do her, and she'd like it. She'd be flattered.
I just want them to share it. Julia Fox shared mine, and I made my dreams
That's
come true.
amazing.
I'm waiting
you do
on
her really well too.
Thank you. I'm waiting on a Kris Jenner share, and then life will be made. You
Well,
know?
you're getting close with Chelsea Handler sharing your stuff recently. That was a big thing for you.
It was huge.
She, for people who don't know context, and we're going to play that now in a second too. Chelsea Handler just shouted you out on the biggest podcast in the world, Call Her Daddy.
I cried. I'm not even kidding. I cried when
That's
I heard
huge.
it. My friend started texting me, and it was really cryptic and weird. And I was like, "The fuck is she saying?" Because she was like, "Did you listen to Call Her Daddy?" And I was like, "I do sometimes. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I love her." And then she's like, "Did you listen to this episode?" I go, "No." She's like, "Minute 48," and I was like, "What?" I had no idea.
Wow.
And then she's like, Chelsea Handler's on. I'm like, oh, did she I thought she follows me. I thought, did she mention a video I did or something? But I didn't think she knew my name.
Wow.
That was
Well,
really
that's
exciting.
That's cool. She sees your stuff and wants to share it.
Thank you.
Also, another comedian wanting to promote a good comedian.
I mean, she's the biggest supporter of comedians.
Yeah.
From the early days of Chelsea Lately. She's
Yeah.
always been like, if I find you funny, I will support you, or I'll put you on my show, or she surrounds herself with people.
Have you slid into the DMs and thanked her?
We have DM'd a couple of times.
That's great.
Yeah.
So maybe she'll take you out or something. You should go on the road with her.
I would love to.
Let's put that out there. Chelsea Handler. Chelsea Handler. I'm drinking coffee. I don't think you watched this show, but Anna might post this clip. So get Anna on the road with you.
Wow, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I've told her I would open for her in any city, alley, dumpster,
Yeah, that'd be
whatever.
great.
wherever she's got a show.
I saw her at the coffee shop around here not that
Really?
long ago. So we could stalk her out, you and I, if you want. And I could just
Did you say hi to her?
No, by the time I realized it was her, it's like I don't usually go up to people unless I have a personal connection. Hey, I interviewed you that one time, or hey.
I was gonna say you interview so many celebrities.
Only if I have experiences. Only because I don't like interrupting life. Unless I'm really a fan of what they do comedically. If it's a comedian, I go, hey man, I do comedy.
Yeah.
I really love what you're doing, but I like to let people live. That's opposite of how I once was. I used to be crazy.
Really?
I used to go up to everybody. Yeah.
I don't go up to anybody really. I'm trying to think if there's anyone I'd go up to.
I want everyone to see her Hilaria right now. This is you as Hilaria talking to paparazzi.
Come here. Ven aquí, if you want to hear me talk. I will talk to you.
This is you as Julia Fox, real quick.
So I never thought I would do this, and I'm probably gonna get roasted. But I believe in maximum transparency, so I'm gonna give you an apartment tour. So this is my
Oh my God.
mirror. It just has uncut gems.
I was about
the skull of my great grandmother.
This is so. You sound just like her. She goes up everything she says. Can you give us a proper uncut gems right now?
Oh my God. So I was Josh Safdie's muse in Uncut Gems.
That might be my
was
favorite
actually in a movie.
moment that's gone viral all year. That
It
was
was
my
so
favorite
good.
meme. I loved it. And so everyone sees this is what you were just talking about. This is Chelsea Handler shouting out.
So stupid that I put this up, but I love it.
You have to. It's not stupid. Listen, we have to promote our work and be proud of ourselves. It's
Absolutely.
Not stupid. This is amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
And this is the start. I feel like you've been hustling for so long. This is must be rewarding for stuff to finally get traction. Because I can relate to you put stuff out for so long.
Forever.
And you're we live or die by measurements of views. Or I think, in my opinion, if a comedian I love says you're funny, is the best version of what we do.
Yeah.
It's that collaborative, oh, I like what you're doing.
It felt like really nice validation.
So the validation of one of your comedy heroes, I think, is huge.
Yeah.
And you're also building your audience, and you have a lot of fans online. So I think that's also amazing too. So let's
Yeah.
celebrate Anna today.
Yeah,
I almost
I
called
did
you
it
Anna.
myself.
Let's celebrate Anna. You know what stuck out to me about this clip before I play it? I always thought you were Roisman. She said Roisman.
It's Roisman.
She
I think
said Roisman,
she was
right?
really careful about it. I was like, wow, she really did it. She pronounced
She
it.
said it nice.
Yeah.
It might even.
I'm
be
gonna change it to Roisman.
I think your new stage name should be that. 'Cause
Yeah.
of how she said it.
Yeah.
Here we
I'm
go.
into it.
Anna Roisman on Call Her Daddy with Chelsea Handler as her.
Send her a little, she's a nice girl. Okay, well, I just forwarded her a video of somebody doing an impersonation of her on Instagram, so this girl Anna Roisman, she's really funny.
Oh, my God, by the way.
I mean, that's literally me every time I hear it.
That's crazy.
When I'm down in the dumps, I just play that clip.
The best.
You know what I mean?
And you know,
it's like
Kris-
every morning.
Kris Jenner saw it. Then.
I hope Kris Jenner saw it. I just started doing her. She was someone I sat on for a long time. I don't mean that literally.
Well, that's fair for a lot of. If you say that sentence about Kardashians, it's usually right with any Kardashian. So it's fine you said that. So.
No. No,
Sorry.
but I really wanted to do. I wanted to do one of them. I've watched them forever. I grew up on the Kardashians. I love them, and my friend Andrea, who's my podcast co-host now, she does an iconic Kourtney, and I was just kind of like, I'm gonna do one so we can make videos together and everything. I was like, I've always wanted to do a Kardashian. I used to do Kourtney. I'm not gonna do Kourtney because I know too many people who do her. And I was just like, well, who do I relate to the most? It's Kris Jenner for me. You know,
sure,
like
yeah.
I live and die for her. So
Well, let's look. I'm also showing everyone your TikTok now. I mean, I want to hype.
are you managing now because you're
Yeah.
hired? Like you're literally.
Well, one
this is
thing
wonderful.
we haven't talked about yet, and then I'll get off my phone. But I also like, for anybody who is listening to this who maybe wouldn't know you, like I'm a genuine friend of yours. I haven't had a friend
Yeah.
on the show really yet, so like I'm just proud of your comedy. I think you're doing such good stuff. So let's promote you and show
Aw,
everybody.
thank you.
And the movie reenactments is something you do with your boyfriend that I
Yes.
absolutely love. And I remember when you did this one, so we'll play this one too because I see it did really well on TikTok also.
this was a good one.
And
This
this
was
is-
peak pandemic.
Yeah. Which,
When-
by the way, staying with anybody through a pandemic is a feat in of itself. And
Yeah.
you guys didn't just stay together. You started doing movie parodies in your bathtub.
We did, yeah. I thought you were gonna be like, you didn't just stay together. You stayed together in a 1-bedroom apartment in
That
Brooklyn.
too. Yeah. Well, which is like a bathtub, I can imagine. This is the Notebook parody, which I remember when you made this. I was like, I remember the week you put it out. I don't know. What was it? Whenever it was. Okay.
I think
couple
you
years
put it
ago.
on TV.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's
You
right.
gave me PR.
I did. We're doing it again, but nobody's watching this, but that's okay.
Oh, yes,
I'm
they
kidding.
are.
I'm kidding.
You
Look
know-
at your cute boyfriend.
We
Jared.
knew we were gonna do this, so he grew his beard out.
What
Like
a
there
stud.
was a lot of pre-pro on this.
Jared and I have never met, but Jared.
You've never
No,
met?
but he seems great.
Oh my god, he'd love you. You guys would love each other. Jared's we wanted to kill each other doing this. I'm not gonna lie. This was a 9-hour shoot day,
Yeah.
and it was really hard. It doesn't look like so much.
Well, yeah,
but-
you nailed it though. I mean, I know you also did. You've done a bunch since then. You did. Did you do something with Titanic?
We did the Titanic. Well,
Right?
this one, you'll laugh. This one went so viral on everything that we were like, how do we top the Notebook? You do Titanic in a
course.
tub. And we actually spent money on Titanic, and it didn't do nearly as well. We like rented cameras and audio and all this shit. And
I
we
love
were
it.
like-
And you did Home Alone. I've seen a bunch. This is
Yeah.
well, I love that stuff. Make sure you guys
Thank
follow
you.
Anna everywhere. You're always doing funny things. I'm not
Thank you.
wrapping this up, by the way. I just like talking about your stuff.
Thank
wanna
you.
make sure
I
we show
appreciate it. Well, that's like how we met. We met during a job, like host on
We
on
did.
airtime.
That's right. I forgot about that
R.I.P.
job.
I mean, not.
It was
I don't
an
know
app?
if they still exist, but we don't work there anymore. And I did in the
right.
pandemic, and then we like became friends after that. And you
Yeah.
were like, I make content, you make content, and
Yeah.
like, and we were both we had host jobs. I was at HQ at the time, I think, and you were doing NBC, and it was just like I was like, wow, we have so much in common. So
Yeah. Well, also I wanted
easy friendship.
I wanted to touch on HQ because that also like seeing you do that for a while, and I feel like you still bounce in with them sometimes now. I don't know.
Yeah, there hasn't been a game since my last game in November.
November.
So.
Okay. But that was amazing to see because that was like the biggest app and show there was that year for the 2 years, like however long it was. You know better than me.
Yeah.
But for people who don't know, like it was the biggest thing on the phone. Everybody was watching, everybody's playing, and obviously Scott was there first.
Yeah.
And then you were the next one. So I feel like, and you guys did it together for a little bit, right? But I think.
Well,
Or
we
you
hosted
were-
different shows. So he hosted trivia,
right,
and
that's right.
I originated their second show, which was Words. So it was
Right.
kind of like the Wheel of Fortune to the Jeopardy on the app. But
Do people now see your funny bits and go like you're the HQ girl, or how is it still like that?
sometimes it's
Okay.
funny when they realize that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, wait, I do know you from something else. Because once in a while, I'll like talk about it or mention it or post a memory from it or whatever. Because like it was such a great job. It was so fun. And so it's funny when people like are like, oh, I get that, like on TikTok.
And
But-
that blew up. Like when you guys were getting celebrities in there. I remember you did Neil Patrick Harris, a
Yeah.
bunch of people. I remember being like, this is wild. It was the first time tech content like
It was
crossed
crazy.
over all worlds.
And we always shot in the studio in New York, but apparently they did they came out here to do an episode with Jimmy Kimmel, and that was like the only one they went on the road to do because that was like a big get. So that was funny. But
I remember the Jimmy Kimmel one too. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Neil
so
Patrick
cool.
Harris, it was fun to do that with him, and we have the same birthday.
Weird.
Which I've known, you know how you know like which celebrities have your birthday, like
course.
just from Google. And so I said it to him like that night. I was like, just FYI, like, hey, June 15th. And he was like, you too? And I was like, yeah. And then I was like, he's coming for my job now. That was it. It was cute. But
That is
he was
cute.
very nice.
I love it. I'm going to make you a drink. What would you like? And as I make the drink, because this is kind of a one-stop shop, we have Mikey helping. I'm going to put you on the spot, but what do you want to drink first?
No, what are you going to do? What are you putting in the spot for?
I have booze,
What are you
I have
drinking?
beer. I can make you a whiskey drink. I make a vodka drink. I made a
You better sing that whole fucking song right now.
We're aging ourselves for our young listeners. You guys know it.
What are you drinking?
I actually just taught my daughter that song this weekend. I was like, this is called Chumbawamba. I get knocked down. She was like,
Amazing song.
I don't know. I could go either way. I like whiskey. I could do whiskey. I have a. Oh, this is a little Italian aperitif. Like it's kind of sweet. It's kind of nice with
Nice.
rocks. It's kind of like
Do that.
refreshing.
Let's do that.
Little Italian Fiero for the Italian
Bring me
podcast.
into the Italian world.
By the way, guys, today's episode could be sponsored by Martini and Rossi. If you work there, get in touch with me. We're looking for sponsors for this season, and we're going to drink you on this episode.
I love it.
Thanks for the money, because I bought this, and I want to reimburse
Listen,
myself.
you're manifesting. That's what I'm doing this year.
Dude, we had a sponsor, and you know how it goes. It's like back and forth, but I've been really ambitious. Like, we haven't launched yet. This is going to be out, but I like I'm trying to sell something that isn't even out yet. So I'm like,
great.
we got numbers.
When I did the Unemployed show, I can't believe Trader Joe's did not sponsor me because every week I would buy their products and talk about it on air. But I guess they just
Keep doing your thing.
what are they, like a big corporation now
Yeah,
or something?
yeah.
It's like I don't get
They
it.
probably would have forced you to wear a Hawaiian shirt
Fine.
and
been
identify
nice?
as
Fine.
a boring white guy. Can we, while I go make you a drink, I'm going to get some ice. Can you talk to everybody as Kris Jenner? Or do you sit in Kris Jenner long enough? Or is you comfortable as Kris Jenner for a bit?
For a
minute?
bit?
No, for like a second. Tell me about your day as Kris Jenner while I
Sure.
make the drink. Okay. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, excited to have on the pop-up show here for the first time ever, Kris Jenner.
Hi, everybody. I am just so thrilled to be on a podcast. You know, I've always heard about them. And I thought, this is fun. This is what normal people do. And I've been trying a lot of those things lately. Anyway, I took an edible on my way over, and I am just... I don't think it's kicked in yet, but everything just looks a little hazy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ask me, they say, Kris, you have so many children. Do you have a favorite? And I say, absolutely not. I love all of my kids equal, but Kylie and Kim definitely make the most money. So it doesn't hurt. How did I do, Paul? How
Oh my
how
God, that
was
was
that?
amazing. That was amazing.
Oh, you're doing amazing, sweetie.
Thank you. I think you need to go to Calabasas and find them.
I
and just start
know.
yelling. And now that you're here, cheers. I have no idea how this is.
Cheers
gonna
to
taste.
manifesting our future.
Yes, cheers. Chris, Anna, Julia,
Thank
Hilaria. That's fine.
Woo!
Good morning.
Wow, she's bright. I get like some citrus on there. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm glad we're doing this. This is kind of like a refreshing, a little.
It's got like a smoky finish.
You're so
I turned
fancy.
back into me. Yeah, I am fancy actually.
I kind of feel bad that the first time we're hanging, I'm like, come on my show and do something for me.
I'm here for you, sweetie.
Yeah,
okay,
I
it's
know.
okay.
How are you liking the change? Like, I feel like there's a preconceived notion of like Hollywood and coming out here, and we also are similar. We're like, we kind of been doing our thing for a long time in New York, so we didn't move out here like in our early 20s with hopes and dreams. We kind of like have established what we do a bit.
Yeah.
So how does it feel being here after like having a decade of experience?
It feels good. It definitely is still a shock whenever you move anywhere and pick up your life. But I really didn't move here with the intention of only being here. I really wanted to be bi-coastal. And I was like, listen, it has to start somewhere. So I have been back and forth. Like I went back like 3 times in December,
Nice.
and like I go back at least once or twice a month to New York for work and for shows and whatnot. Because obviously I have a bigger network there than I do here,
Yeah.
but I like it. I feel like I came to LA. People are like, "Why'd you go? Did you get like a job?" You know, whenever you move to LA, they're like, "Oh my God, like." Who booked you? Like, what show are you on? And I was like, Jared and I just want a 2-bed, 2-bath apartment.
Yep.
We want some sunshine. We want some space. You know, we love to drive. Like, it just kind of made sense. And for both of us, I don't know. I mean, I always said I would never come back here unless something brought me here.
Yeah.
Because I did live here 12 years ago. I've lived here. So,
right.
yeah. So I enjoy, I mean, I love the lifestyle here. I love to hike. I'm like, as soon as I land in LA, even visiting, I am like LA like times 100, where
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to hike. I like going to vegan restaurants. I eat sushi 3 times a week. I like, you know, I feel better. I look better. I'm just like, so I embrace it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm happy to be here.
That's a good thing to hear because you have to kind of enjoy where you are and take the strengths of each place.
Yeah.
I also think going, like, I'm itching to go back to the East Coast because I'm from there.
Yeah.
And I haven't been in a few months. So I get the itch. I also go back for work and stuff.
Right.
I think I have to. I think what a luxury and what a gift that we could say, like, hey, we're going to pop into New York. I'm going to go do something here. And that is the dream. So it's
Yeah.
a good reminder. I'm like sitting in I'm sitting in myself. I'm just really feeling my true self.
Listen to yourself. If you have
So
to go to New
LA.
York, you know, you got to go.
I'm
You
just
gotta
so
go.
one with where I should be.
Yeah.
But you know, I think I need that personally. And I do find myself a little more like abrasive East Coast with people here. Like, is that
Yeah.
does old school Jewish Philly come out with more here for you?
I don't know if it comes out more here. Maybe for other people. I'm like, I feel like I'm that no matter where I am.
Yeah, you just might have like a
I don't know
vegan.
that I turn it up. I definitely do think I wear like. I remember this is a while ago. I was in LA. I think I was just like visiting or something, and I was in a Starbucks, and I was like full head to toe black, like hoodie, leather jacket, jean, you know, just black. And I just remember feeling very East Coast, like, you know, ordering at Starbucks. I was just like, I don't know. It was just a moment where I'm like, I am different than people here.
It's
But
a timing thing.
Yeah.
It's a pace thing.
yeah.
Because when I go to somewhere in LA, I go, hey, there's a guy online. And I go, yo, are you online? And he goes, what?
Yeah.
And I go, are you online in the establishment right now to be served and what they're selling?
Yeah.
And he'd be like, what? Yeah.
Paul's like, I have 5 minutes. I have to get my fucking sandwich.
And then he's like, oh, no, man, no. And that's the impression I get of LA in places. It's like really laid back. And then it's the polar opposite when you drive. So it's just like an interesting kind of juxtaposition of vibe. But I do feel like, I don't know if I'm angry in the car or like I just feel like I have this lens, and it might be something I need to work on being from where I'm from, where I'm kind of like, look at this effing guy. Like, look at this idiot, you know? Like, I feel like I look like...
You turn into your Italian father self hardcore.
But I'm looking, like, I'm such an optimist, and I love people, and I pick the job where I talk to people every day. And then I get in my car here, and I'm like, this fucking moron. What is this guy doing? I sound like Sebastian Maniscalco. Look at this guy. What are you doing?
Guy.
I don't
What
really
lane are you fucking driving in?
what are people doing?
See,
I don't
you're
really do
good.
impressions.
You're good at
I don't
him.
do impressions, but I'm inspired to do them because of you.
You could do them.
I don't know. I do Wahlberg a little bit. That's about it. That's your guy.
You gotta just love it. You know what I
guy.
mean? You gotta just love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is Philly guy. I was gonna say you reminded me. I felt so East Coast. I was in a Sweet Green in LA. This wasn't this time around when I lived here. Again, it was like sometime I was here.
Yeah.
I got in a fight with the person who works at Sweet
Good.
Green.
See, it does come out.
I guess it comes out because I was ordering my favorite salad at the time, and it had salami in it. It was like an Italian chopped salad. Okay, it was the Nancy's chopped salad, and Nancy Silverton. You know, she owns like Mozza and Austria Mozza
love
or whatever.
that place.
The fact that they got rid of that salad was a crime. It was the best. It was probably like, you know, she had a 6-month like contract with them, but it was the best fucking salad. And I remember going to get it, and the guy put in like 2 little pieces of salami, and I was like, "Excuse me, I'm sorry, can I just get like a normal amount of salami?" He goes, "That's the normal amount." And it came out, and I go, "Okay, well in Brooklyn they put in an extra amount."
Oh, you pulled
I
the
go,
Brooklyn.
"So I would like the amount that they do at the Sweet Green in Brooklyn, please."
Yeah.
I just got like, I was probably hangry, and
Yeah.
he was like, "We're gonna have to charge you extra for that." I'm like, "That's bullshit. I'm not paying extra for like 4 more pieces of salami."
Yeah.
So it did come out. It
came out. You're like me though. I have that. If I feel like my wife says I'm 2 personalities. I'm very fun loving. Like I could be friends with anybody. Then Paul number 2. It's like if you're crossing me, you're taking
Yeah.
advantage of me. I wonder if we're similar.
Are you a Gemini?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
You
we are
too,
Geminis.
right?
Yeah, we're both June.
2-faced.
Fuck.
I
yes.
forgot. When's your birthday again?
June 15th. When are you?
June 1st.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We are Geminis.
I wonder
That's
if you
so
and
weird.
I want to get in a fight with you just to see what it would be like.
Who would win?
Well, yeah, I feel like we would be really stubborn, right?
Probably.
What's your fights like in your relationship? You feel funny answering?
No, I'm like, what are my fights like? They always happen about friends of his.
Just cut him out, dude. She's better than your friends. Sorry.
No,
Well, we love you, Jared.
They happen about, I don't know. They don't. Jared is like, he's an Aries. He's very, he really balances me out.
Even
He
with
evens
conflict?
out. Yeah. And like, here's the thing. Tell me if this happens to you. When we fight, I don't get over things like instantly. I need to cool off. You know what I mean? I need my time alone. I need to like reflect and like calm down if I'm fighting.
Sure.
He can easily be like flip a switch in his head and be like, let's not fight. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Like, and I'm like, and he'll like come and hug me. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm not,
you gotta
I'm
cool
not
off.
there yet. You know?
I'm similar to you.
I'm like, I need a little while.
Yeah, that's tough.
How about you guys? Do you fight?
I don't cool down for a while either. I think we're both that way though. My wife's a Leo and she's very kind of hard nosed as well, which is like two lightning bolts in the moment.
Yeah.
So one of us has to like cool down for it to like work out
Yeah.
sooner. I mean,
I got
where it's
you.
like a lot of storming.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
I don't like to go to bed in a fight. I will say that.
Is that an old tale that we should grow out of? Or do you
Maybe
really
I'm
think it's true?
84, so I don't
Well,
know.
no, most parents of our age group, they go, never go to bed angry.
I think my parents go to bed angrier.
I was gonna say, I mean, I got two kids now, and I don't think I've done it. It's fine. We're still
Yeah.
together. It's fine to be angry, but no, it's good not to. It's good not to.
I try not
Right?
to. Yeah.
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 I'm curious about conflict and stuff though, because you learn a lot in a relationship for a long time about what your personality's like, and like,
Yeah.
do you have a personality type that you know of?
No.
Have you ever done the Enneagram or like the personality test? Are you
No.
afraid to? Do you not want to?
No, I would do it.
Enneagram's like a number scale. I didn't
Yeah.
like it because it was like everyone has like things from their childhood, and then you're like put kind of in a box.
Okay.
You're not put in a box. People who are experts in Enneagram would hate this, but you're put in a space where you respond to conflict and you do things a certain way. I did a test. I was like, I'm not going to be labeled. I read my number and I like basically cried. I was like, that's everything I am.
Oh my god.
So it really
when did you
gets
do this?
Years ago. It's
Okay.
good language of the relationship. I don't like too much of this stuff though, because then like come out all the time, because I'm a 2. So like
Out of what?
I don't love me like, oh, that's just so 2 of you. Like you're so 2. You're 1. You're 7. Like, let's just have a real conversation.
What is it out of?
It's not out of anything. Look at you measuring. How do we win this?
I was like, so you're a 2 in this world, but what are you in like?
I'm a 10, right?
He's a 9 in LA, but he's a 2 in personality traits.
Well, if we're going by LA standards or New York, I'm a 7 personality in New York, and I'm a 1 and a 3 personality looks in LA.
Damn.
Yeah, it's shallow.
Don't put
as hell
yourself
here.
down like that.
It's shallow here. Are you kidding? I don't drive a Ferrari
Yet.
yet.
Fuck that. I'm getting a Ferrari
It's
this
all
year.
about the looks.
I made a vision board this year. I
Yeah?
manifested. I'm really like, I've gone full witch.
It's because you live here now.
No,
You got rocks in the apartment?
I did that in Brooklyn. You know, I really became a Brooklyn witch, and who just, you know,
What
took a-
level?
took a
though?
plane.
Are we saging the house? What level?
sometimes,
Yeah.
I'll sage.
What else?
I like to sage. I like to manifest. I like to charge my stones on a full moon.
What stones? Because when I charge my stones, it means I'm in the sauna.
I don't want to hear about your.
naked.
No, I learned about this. Okay, and Jared like fully. I thought he would like make fun of me, and he's like fully on board. And I'm like, we're not normal, or we are normal, and like, you know, that's the new normal.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have these 3 stones that I bought at a little gift shop in Brooklyn that I don't. They're like, you know, success and luck and whatever. They each mean something different.
Okay.
I don't know actually, but I do know how to charge them, which is you put them outside under the moonlight on a full moon.
So no, this is not like the iPhone. I'm just clarifying. It's moon charge. USB moon.
They get charged by the moon. And we forgot to do it last night. And literally, you're gonna laugh. At 6 a.m., I'm like kind of awake, kind of not. And Jared's fully asleep, and I go, oh, it was a full moon. We forgot to charge the stones.
Oh my god!
Like, imagine if I had a child and I was like, oh,
The
I don't know where they went.
Baby's crying.
We forgot
hungry.
to feed them.
You're hungry. You're like, no, the stones.
I literally
Hey, you know
freaked
what?
out this morning. That's so funny.
I'm not going to make fun of you because everyone finds things that work for them.
Hey, it's okay.
And if it's your peace and your serenity by charging your stones, you do your
Thank
thing.
you. I also, you know, as a friend, I can handle if you want to make fun of me, you know?
A bit weird. Yeah, it's a little, I mean, getting up middle of the night is a little bit much. I mean, that's like dog people. And I see them walking the dog at 4 a.m. I go, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you not sleep?
Yeah.
So for you...
I don't walk my dog at 4 a.m., but I charge the stones.
Yeah, but to wake up and lose sleep for the stones is a bit... I mean, I'm in newborn land, so I have it's hard for me to accept that that's a thing.
I went back to sleep, if that makes you feel better. I thought about it, I got upset for a second, and then I went, back to sleep.
I feel like your relationship, like you guys already are like the old couple. Like, the stones aren't charged!
Listen,
the heat on.
Like you said, we lived through a pandemic together, you know, in very small quarters. And so I do feel like we got very like used to each other and our ways, and we got too codependent, but we're also very independent. So it's actually like a good balance.
A good healthy of the dependence, and is good.
But yeah, we are an old couple.
You are in a way. I feel like I hope if you leave here, you just say it was really fun. Paul called us an old couple.
No, I'm gonna call him and be like, I need a salad tonight. Are we gonna make one? Are we gonna order one? What's
extra salami? I told you. You make him buy your own salami just to chop extra salams.
I hope that man at Sweet Green was like, wow, I've never seen a girl eat so much. He just needed that salami.
I find myself being like talking about New York a lot here, and then I cringe at myself because like I just hear LA people over here maybe like, well, in New York,
yeah,
and like you don't want to be that guy, but like there's something about me that I am struggling with. Where like I want people to know I'm not from here.
Right,
I'm not out here to like be a celebrity. Like
they know you're not from here.
Why? You think
I just think you don't read LA. You read East Coast New York.
You think?
Yeah.
I know. But it's so funny how we're defined by where we're from, because I didn't think I identified so much with where I'm from until I left.
Of course.
And now I'm like, who the fuck are these people?
Right.
Versus like everyone from where we're from is similar. Like you are like I feel like I could have went to high school with you.
Yeah.
Even though I went to an all guys Catholic high school, but I mean, you could have been in the plays with me, because I did the plays back then with other schools with girls.
That Catholic girls' school.
Yeah. No. All
only Jew I was the only Jew in that girls' Catholic school.
Actually, no. I did the plays. It's kind of stupid reason, but all girls from all schools could do our plays. It was awesome.
Wow.
So we met girls from all over New Jersey.
Interesting.
That's why I did them. But I also love
baller move. You were like,
musical theater too.
A theater. Would you say all the girls from all the schools? I'm in.
Well, it's great, going with the theater guys. Like you weed out real fast, being the straight dude.
Yeah,
of
course.
Or like you just going through like there's no business. Like, but yo, what's up?
Yep,
Like I'll do jazz hands, but you want to go get Panera bread bagel. The cinnamon crunch
And they were
Panera.
like, wow, Paul, show me your ways. You're so brave.
Like, check out my hair. What was that's how we measured attraction is hair in New Jersey.
Got it.
That's why I've always had big hair.
Yeah. What town are you from?
Hillsdale, right by Paramus, by the city.
Paramus.
By the GW Bridge.
Yeah.
Good mix of people. Great mix. Mm-hmm. What was the funniest part you ever had in musical theater?
Well, this is a little traumatizing, but I went to an all-girls camp. All-girls uniform camp.
Uniforms in the summertime?
Yeah. It was just like colors. So it was like green shorts, white shirt. Greatest place on earth.
Where is this?
In Maine. I went for 8 years as a camper, and then I went back as a counselor. I worked there for 2 years, which were very different from being a camper, because when you're a counselor, like you're partying and hooking up with the guys, and it's like a fucking... it was like the most wild I've ever been in my life, and I was like 18. And but my camp, obviously I did theater there. It wasn't a theater camp or anything. I did a lot of sports, and it was like kind of an everything camp. But it was all girls. So for some reason, they typecast me early in my years as funny sidekick dude. So then when I I'm in high school and I'm like trying to make a resume and stuff, they're like, oh, look, you were Marcellus in The Music Man? I was like Harvey Johnson in Bye Bye Birdie.
You were always the guy? That's hilarious.
Always the guy. And then my final summer, they were doing You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. And I was like, this is it. There's 2 girl roles in this show, Lucy or Sally, and I'm perfect for all of them, for either of them. I can swing them both. And I auditioned, and I was like, this is my year. And they saw something different in me, and they gave me Snoopy, the dog.
Male dog, probably, I think, right?
You traditionally, I think he's non-binary now.
Right
if
now.
you really think about Snoopy, is Snoopy gendered? Who cares? And I decided to costume myself for this show because I said, you know what? Thank you so much for the role. I accept the role. Snoopy in that show does have 2 incredible songs.
Of course.
It's a great role.
Yeah.
He's like the show stealer, the scene stealer. And but I said I will costume myself because I just saw Snoopy as a certain way. And so I wore this like tight, like back, this was in the Juicy Couture days. I wore like a tight white Juicy Couture, like a wife beater and like cool, like white juicy pants. And I had like a sexy choker that had like a little collar. And I was like, he doesn't need ears. Like, I'll just do like pigtails. I was like, my shirt was like cropped. I was slutty Snoopy. I was like, because I was like 15, you know, I'm like wearing bras and I was like, Snoopy's hot now. I'm sorry. You guys gave me Snoopy. She's a fucking hot girl.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not, you may think this is a male role, but Snoopy's getting sexy this year.
I'm like posing on top of the like fucking the dog house. I'm like, yeah, it's me, the dog.
You know what? I just had a realization for you and your impressions is I don't think, are you so scarred by that experience that you don't do men? You do one man.
I do men.
You do the guy from Sex and the City.
Yeah, I do Steve from Sex and the City. That's probably my most famous one.
That's right. But is that the only man you do?
I've recently put out an Andy Cohen.
That's right.
Hasn't gotten as much response. I literally was working on him for weeks and I was so excited to do him. And Jared is always my first audience, obviously, because he's fucking in the apartment when I shoot these. And he was like, not your best. And I was like, what do you mean, dude? I was like, come on, I'm watching a lot of Andy Cohen. He didn't love it.
You
And
sound like him.
thank you. But yeah, no, I'm not. I love doing men. I think it's fun.
I think there's many
That
jokes
came
I
out-
could have made.
that came
there.
out wrong,
Just
but yeah.
it's fine. I'm not a comic.
I love doing men.
I like
Next
doing men.
question.
I like this is just like your therapy, isn't it? I told you it's like therapy in here. No, I knew you did some men in your impressions, but I was wondering if you like the kid in you like was steered away, or maybe you just sexy up.
I think
some
for
men
a while
impressions.
it did,
You probably
and then
did.
because I did impressions forever years ago too. I used to do Kourtney Kardashian. I did Leah Michelle. I did Sarah Silverman always because people said I looked like her, and so I like studied her. And I didn't do men back then. I think it was sort of just like I didn't know I could, or like people would even recognize if I did a guy. And then Steve was one of my first ones on TikTok, and that sort of did very well. I've given Steve at least 50 episodes of a series.
Yeah, that's
at
your
this point.
classic. Your classic impression. I've seen a lot of those.
Yeah.
You do look like Sarah Silverman. Does that follow you around? And like, because I get Ross from Friends. I don't like mine. So are you cool with yours?
You get Ross? The hair.
Rachel, let's just do this thing, Rachel.
Okay, you're good at it.
Maybe I should do this on my TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You should do Ross.
I'd rather be Matthew Perry. I want to go hard in
Wow.
drugs and alcohol. Terrible. I shouldn't be making fun of that guy. But I want his personal life. Looked like a good time until recently. Anyway, I want to know.
I'm surprised you don't get Joey. He's the Italian one.
Yeah, I'm eating my way towards Joey as a dad now. I'm gonna be Joey real soon. How you doing? Wait, what did he say? Is that what-
He just, "How you doing?" Yeah.
Man, I wish we were acting back then and we could have auditioned for Friends. I feel like we would have
Wow,
gotten it.
life would be different.
It would be different,
Right?
Yeah, I mean, this would be a nicer chair, a nicer couch, and not a garage. We're in a garage. If anybody's wondering, that would be a free bottle. Mm-hmm. What was my question? I just had a question for you.
We were talking about Steve, Sarah Silverman.
Oh, yeah. So, because do people still get that? Do they still say that now? Because you're a comedian, so do you get that still?
Not as much as I used to.
Good.
I used to get it a lot, and I was like, oh, we're both brunette and Jewish. I met her once, and that was cool. And I said, everyone always says, I look like you. And I showed her a photo parody that I did of like, it was like a pose she did, and I did the same pose or whatever. And she goes, you could be my daughter. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I am younger, but you know, it was just like a funny moment that she like said that. And I was like, oh, okay.
You do sound a lot like her with your impression.
Thank you.
You're good at her.
I love doing her. She's one of my heroes. Her and Chelsea Handler have always been like, when people are like, who do you look up to? I'm like, because they were both Jewish and they had TV shows and they fucking did what they wanted.
Right.
And they didn't stick to like one thing necessarily. So they were like, I loved them.
I love that. I saw her at the Comedy Store last time I was there a few weeks ago.
Really?
And I have a hookup. My buddy John, shout out to John, he does all their podcasts there. So he lets me come in sometimes. And I just literally get to like watch shows sometimes. I need to
cool.
go more because I want to get in there more.
Yeah.
But I went in the main room and she popped out and she did a set. And it was fun for me because I then went in the original room and watched her again.
Oh, nice.
And I just like followed her as I was like
Did she do the same set?
And I watched her tweak it. It's fun in real time when working as a comic.
Hell yeah.
You tweak as you go. And it was fun seeing someone at her level like kind of do similar things. And even down to like, wait, what is that word again? And like that's part of the bit. Like I never realized those things when I was young in comedy.
Like how specific that they are.
Depending on the
certain
comedian.
things.
I mean, some things are improvised and loose, but like some things like, oh wait, what do you call that thing again? And like that's part of, you want the audience to think about it.
Yeah.
And it's written.
That's cool.
That's like interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I love her. She's cool.
Yeah. I love being a student of comedy. Are you like that? Like, do you go to shows or do you judge everybody and go like, I would do it better? Where are you at in your head with the comedy?
I like going to shows. When I go to shows, I get inspired always.
me too.
Even if it is good or bad, it doesn't matter. I think about myself on stage. I mean, maybe that's a narcissistic thing to say, but like,
that's what we do.
I watch stand-up specials and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't go to as many shows. I've been to a couple lately just because I'm like, in a new city and I feel like there's people I want to meet and stuff. But I don't love to go as often as I probably should,
Sure. Are you performing in LA yet?
I've done a couple shows.
Nice.
Yeah. I have some booked, but I haven't been going as hard, like just because I've been back and forth and I don't know many people. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to do more, but
I think you will.
thanks.
Yeah,
I hope so.
It's like a weird part of doing stand-up is like cracking into like getting booked and doing that.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yummy.
whole nother- Yeah, I didn't even know I had this. I'm like stocking this bar for the show on and off. I got wine.
You're fancy.
I mean,
I'm doing my podcast over Zoom.
that's cool. I'm fine with Zoom. You know what?
If I put on lipstick, it's a good day.
Nice. I do Zoom a lot for my job, so I just decided for this one, which is tough because you got to get. I'm so appreciative of you being here in person. I think I miss people, and also being an interviewer for so long, I don't get to really connect. I connect, but it's like
It's different.
this is different. We're like I like really being deeper. I feel like this show has gotten a little twang of like deepness to it. It might be years of being forced to look within to stay married. I don't know, but like I feel a little more introspective now about myself, which is then fun to chat with people about.
That's good.
Yeah, like when
That's
we
good.
met, I was like, I think a goofball who would have never talked to you about anything real.
Yeah.
But now I'm down to get real whenever.
You've always been both, I think, goofball and real.
I'm an actor. I've lied to your face.
Okay. Well, I'm glad all those years I
Yeah,
valued
no,
our
we built
friendship.
a really strong foundation of friendship.
No, but we would talk because we were doing similar
Yeah, yeah, I
things.
know.
And I
I'm
would be
kidding.
like, how are you doing this? How are you doing this? You've always been, you had these great jobs on TV. I've always looked up to you. I always thought,
Oh,
Paul
get
really
outta
fucking
here.
has it together, man. Like every day you're interviewing fucking Diane Keaton,
She's going to go out with me. And
I
also,
can't wait. I said, can I be your Uber driver?
should come.
Can we stage this? Can I be the driver?
Honestly, I'm dying. If that does, like, if I do end up doing something, I'm going to film it with her and go to dinner, and you should drive us. That'd be hilarious.
I would love to.
My
I met
dream-
her once. She was awesome.
She probably was. She was really, like, funny.
That photo I took of her with her, like I was like, I don't need to get engaged. This got more likes than any fucking photo I ever posted online. It was like thousands, and I was like, I'm a celebrity.
it.
What?
Yeah. Who is the number one person you want to? I wouldn't even say meet because like you and I like making moments with people.
Mm-hmm.
So like what like sketch or like a bit for social or like for TV. Who's the one celebrity you really want to like do something with?
Do something with?
Yeah, like do an impression with them or do some sort of piece of like a bit with them or interview them. Like who is it?
I mean, I think right now it's Kris Jenner. If I could do a bit with her,
You definitely can.
oh my god, I would. That would just like I just want to meet her and do the impression with her. I think that would be iconic. But when you first said it, when you were like, "Who's the one person?" Like, if she'd do a sketch with me, Oprah Winfrey. I think Oprah's Instagram has been like the best
amazing.
for me over the years. And I'm like, I like used to joke on HQ how much I love Oprah. I do love Oprah.
She's amazing.
Amazing. Have you ever met her? You have.
I've hugged her.
Oh my god.
It's the best hug I've ever received.
She
Truly.
just yeah, she's like a level. Like I feel like there's famous people, and then there's Oprah. Like
You're right.
I don't know if I'd be how my body would react in the
You know
presence
what?
of Oprah.
You know what part of her gift is though is feeling comfortable. Like she's so famous.
Yeah.
But there's a reason is who she is. There's certain people in show business that have the spirit to them.
Yeah.
That you don't really get to understand through a lens. And I'm not even trying to be name dropping. Like she is a presence. She's a force.
I believe it.
And I had a couple experiences with her like early on in my career, and it changed my career as an interviewer because I was like I got advice.
Oh my
But I
God.
remember hugging her, and without sounding like a creepy dude, like I remember like feeling Oprah.
Cut him off. Cut him off.
two drinks.
Remember when you were like, I might cancel myself on this podcast?
Yeah. Wait, what are we gonna call this podcast? Anna hates animals with disabilities.
No!
And Paul inappropriately touched Oprah.
Oh my
And
God.
that's
no,
the
I
show.
can't be associated with this. She's the one I want to meet.
I mean, look, I try to be family friendly all the time in my head, but like, I just mean like holding that woman.
Yeah, I know what a hug looks like.
Yeah, but when it's Oprah and you're just snuggling in
Did you just, was she like, okay, Paul, it's time. Like, thank you. Did you just hold on for life?
I held a while, and I also think she could sell that. Like, I think she's like, there's a woman in India that like I believe just gives hugs, and she's like a omnipotent being, and like people just pay all this money, and you just go and she just gives hugs, and you feel like healed. If Oprah lost everything, she literally could just do that. She could just sell hugs.
Damn.
That's how incredible the experience was. And it wasn't just the hug. It was more than that.
I'm so jealous, actually.
Well,
I'm so jealous.
Maybe through me, this will happen. We're manifesting you doing something with her.
I'm going to meet Oprah.
You're going to meet her.
I'm going to meet Oprah. I'm going to open for Chelsea Handler, and I'm going to shoot a video with Kris Jenner.
Absolutely.
And have a martini with her.
Can we write this now together so I could just like have some street cred on TikTok when you do this? You need to go to Calabasas, find out where Kris Jenner goes.
Yeah.
And dress up in costume as her and just wait around for a few days, maybe get a hotel. Sounds creepy.
I can't afford that yet.
All right, well then it's not that far.
No, the hotel thing. Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to ambush her. I really do want to set it up.
I think you should go around Calabasas pretending to be her.
I've thought about doing this.
Like,
yeah.
I'm her, and just get people reacting to you.
Yeah.
Enough where it becomes local, and she goes, "Who's this person pretending to be me?" And then,
well, I flew as her. I flew from city to city as her. This is the video Chelsea Handler talked about.
How was that?
It was fun. I always, whenever I do my impressions in public, I'm always like, I'll do this for like 10 minutes and then I'll take the plane. Mm-hmm. I stayed in it from Denver, Colorado to Los Angeles, from baggage, like checking bags or like to baggage claim.
That must have been fun. It's like performance art.
Even on the plane, I stayed in the wig.
Wow.
Jared was like, he told me the other day, he goes, I just realized I didn't finish Triangle of Sadness because I was shooting your fucking Kris Jenner video. So I was like ordering like drinks and I'm like, I gotta cheers and we gotta get more footage. And he gets into it too. Some like when we went to the Knicks game and I was Steve, we were like, only the first half I'll be Steve and then we'll watch the game. We bought expensive tickets to go to a Knicks game. And he was like, we got to get coverage of you doing this. And I was like, all right, I guess.
He's a pro.
I stayed in it like for the whole time.
That's what's fun about what you do though, because I can relate to that too. Like, don't you love being a curveball in the world? Like no, I'm serious. Like, people are so serious. Like, do an impression of On a Whole Flight. Life is short. That's how I see it.
It was very fun
hilarious.
for me. I woke up that morning and I reminded him, I go, just so you know, I'm flying back as Kris Jenner today. He was like, okay. He's gotten used to it though.
Yeah.
I've done them all in public. Although I have to say, you can't give landmarks because I've gotten some weird fans out of it because they're like, they've like been in my area. Like they know where I'm shooting or whatever. So you have to be careful about where you shoot when you shoot public.
Well, just post it when you leave, right? Is that what you do?
But still.
There are creepy people out there like that?
There are creepy people.
Really?
Yeah.
Doing this show and investing my time and money into like creating on my own is really rewarding, as you know, with the pandemic, because this is the time. Like, there's no better time to be involved in this.
Yeah.
You probably feel this way too from your career. Like, we've done big things with brands. So it's kind of a weird juxtaposition in my head where it's like, I've been at this, I've done this TV show. Like, do you feel that way too? You were on HQ, people know you. Like, I always was waiting for a big place to go like, here's a big platform. Mm-hmm. And here's your audience. Now go fly, young sparrow.
Yeah.
When I found that, like, and I'm inspired by friends like you just every day are putting out funny things that are great and well produced.
Thank you.
And that is the ticket for us, because our people are out there. Your people are out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I always felt like when I look back now, if you're waiting around for someone to pick you and put you on a show or tell you get to write on this show, whatever, I feel like that doesn't happen for me, or like, I don't know. And so I always felt like if I put out my own work, if I create on my own, it might not be a direct correlation, but it leads to something else.
Right.
Whatever it is. I've put out these impressions forever. I just did Kris Jenner for the first time like a couple months ago is when I first started her. I think in like December, November, maybe November. And then Chelsea Handler saw it and talked about it. And, that was like, you never know who's watching your shit or who listens to your podcast, or it's so crazy. And I have friends who have like shows that I like have, been on or whatever. And they were like, oh my God, I went to a wedding and like this celebrity was like, I listen to your podcast.
Wow.
And they were just like, oh my God. And so I always think if you create on your own, it gets you somewhere. It might not be for that. You know what I mean? Like, am I going to get hired to go on a red carpet as Joan Rivers? I hope so.
I think you will. I think you will.
I really wanted to crash the Grammys red carpet yesterday. That was like, it's a dream of mine to just do that and show up as her.
Oh my God, you should.
But I didn't. I'm scared to get arrested for.
I really want to do that too here with red carpets. We should go crash a red carpet and prank them. I'm dead serious.
I would love to.
Because I've always worked for people, and you always have to kind of do the job first.
Yeah.
But you should just do Joan. But maybe I can just.
maybe
I'll film you.
I've never gotten an interview on a red carpet, and it's a dream of mine.
It'd be better though if we could mess with people. Like they're so stilted now, and it's like so controlled.
Actually, that's the only time I've done it. I messed with them. I went as Borat to New York Fashion Week.
That's amazing.
Once. Not Borat, but like I went as a character, not
great.
Joan Rivers, but it was like a celebrity, and I interviewed all these people. Everyone wants to get on TV. They all thought I was real.
Yeah.
I told them I was shooting a pilot for Bravo.
That's amazing.
And they were like, "Great, I'll give you an interview."
That's amazing. You and I are so similar. I crashed Fashion Week in New York with my first talk show.
Are you serious?
Yeah. At
At Lincoln Center? Like I went.
No, it was at Bryant Park then.
Oh my God.
I remember.
My friend, though, hooked it up because we had tickets to a real show.
Wow.
And so this video exists on YouTube. Maybe I'll put it on TikTok. I'll cut it up
You should.
vertically. But it's very funny because like we had tickets to a real show. And then so he had to shoot something there. And then he was like, all right, well, I got this mic and we'll shoot other stuff now. And I told everyone I was the widow of the late, great TJ Maxx. It was not a person. And I went around with the story that I was this widow of TJ Maxx, and I'm just trying to find, a beautiful girl to set up with my son.
That's
and
the
I was
best.
like 25.
That's the best. That's what I love about you, Anna. You're a force to be reckoned with, and you're going to keep doing big
Thank
things
you.
no matter what people are telling you to do or not.
Thank you.
That's the goal.
I'm trying.
Because you were inspiring me, we just said, can we end with an inspirational speech from one of your characters, just to people out there who maybe are looking to create on their own?
Okay.
On their own.
Who do we want?
Two
Who
drinks.
do you want? Who is there someone?
I was going to say maybe Hilaria, but I don't know if you want to mess with her with everything. Is there someone else? I really like.
I can do her. I don't
Yeah,
care.
this is Hilaria. Hilaria. I always say it wrong.
It's Ilaria.
Sorry. This is Hilaria Baldwin, ladies and gentlemen, with an inspirational message to all you out there looking to create your own content. And I want to thank Anna Roisman for being on the show. We're going to wrap with this. I'll probably say something after, but take it away, Hilaria.
Okay, gracias. So yes, it's just like you can be who you want to be in this world. Like if they say you are someone and you feel you are not someone, you can just be that. Like they say, I am from Boston and I am from Mallorca, And so when you create the identity that you want to be, it's just like everything's just going to work out for you. And it's just like you can just feel the rewardos come to you in the middle of your heart, though.
Anna.
Topo Chico, get the fuck off of that chair.
Anna, I love you. Thank
I
you
love
for
you.
coming on. You're the best. Anna Roisman, everybody. Make sure you check her out. Follow her everywhere at Anna Roisman. You're going to see all of her clips. Thank you for coming on the pop-up with Paul and friends.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad you were here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, love it. I can't reach it.
Gracias. Gracias. And Oprah's people, please don't send a cease and desist.